It's just, it flies. We keep them moving. There's no dead time on our mats.
Absolutely.
152-pound final. We got Leonardo Tarantino. Sure, he's related to Quentin. Tampa Prep versus Seth Johnson, Brother Martin, a senior with a 36-4 record. Tarantino 17-0 on the season. Freshman. So we got the freshman versus the senior, 152-pound freshman. You were a pretty big kid coming up through high school. What was it like being kind of one of those upper weights as a younger guy, Perry?
Yeah, I think it's a different level than being at 103 pounds. You're starting to wrestle men, guys that are physical, that are developed and have been through that puberty stage pretty early, But at the same time, I always tell people the bigger the better. And why is that? Because of the bigger you get up there, the less they move, and the less their speed's going to become a factor. And if
You're
you can,
a pretty nimble big guy.
yeah, I definitely worked on a lot of foot movement at a young age. And like you said, you're going to be wrestling seniors, and like we have here. And I won state as a freshman at 160 pounds, and there was one freshman and 7 seniors. So you don't see too many freshmen at 152 pounds, and you really don't see many freshmen undefeated at 152 pounds. So this is a great accomplishment, and this kid's got a bright future, it looks like.
Takedown there for Tarantino, and we're going to get a fresh start out of bounds. That's a pretty big, that's a pretty solid size 152 pounder in Tarantino. I like to see what his dad looks like.
Absolutely.
It's a big kid. Tarantino striking first blood, huge claw lift. I think that's one of the best top moves in wrestling, over a cross wrist. He got no swipes. Like I said, that college out of bounds rule is huge right there. That match is 2-0, or 4-0 now instead of 2-0.
Yep.
You got to bring that college out of bounds rule in. I don't know what the ruling is at for Georgia High School, but could you guys modify those rules for your tournament and have college out of bounds, or is that a no-no?
It would be a long process to go through. I think right now, because it's an in-season tournament, we're not able to do that. I would love to. That would be, in terms of the growth of the sport, I think we need to get these guys wrestling, doing what they're going to be doing at the next level.
Like I said, the transition needs to be as smooth as possible. It doesn't need to be as tough as possible.
Yeah, I don't know why we make it hard on him.
Yeah, we do. He's going right back to it. That's a helpless feeling as a bottom man when you get to your feet and you feel that coming up off the mat and that claw across your throat.
Absolutely.
Tarantino's going to go down to choose down to start the second period. 2-0 lead.
That's a big kid at that.
He is a big 52-pounder. He's got some wide shoulders, too.
Yeah, he's going to fill out and be pretty good size, it looks like to me. Good movement on bottom.
I tell you, it was a lot of fun seeding this tournament this year. I think of the years past, it was pretty clear some of the seeds. I think this year was the most fun that I've had seeding the tournament. It was a great time, and the feedback that I got from the coaches and the way that things are turning out, it seems like we did a pretty good job with that. We got the matches that we want in the finals. We got the matches that we want on either side of us.
And that's the thing. Do you get it as close to right as you can, and then the cream rises to the top? There's always going to be those wild card guys, but at the end of the day, you want to try to get the seeding right and get it close. Tarantino back in on that single leg. Solid defense here.
Nice
for Johnson.
Peek out there for a takedown. Really good movement underneath, not locking his hands and looking for a stalemate, but continuing to wrestle out of that position underneath.
And there again, that high level of wrestling. And you go watch some middle of the road guys, high school guys wrestle, and like you said, it's one move at a time. We're watching some of the best guys in the country wrestle, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5 things in a row.
Absolutely, just putting, understanding how to continue to wrestle in all situations, and not just looking to hang on in situations. And I think these guys building on their leads, especially as a freshman right now, is a huge advantage for this kid for his future.
2015 Prep Slam at Holy Innocents Episcopal School, sponsored by Compound Clothing. Check them out at cmpteamwear.com for all your custom branded teamwear needs. That gets you squared away.
They do it fast too.
Do it as fast as they can, man. They do it as fast as they can.
You guys came through. You guys were great to us, and I would definitely recommend Cliff and Compound to all of you guys out there.
Tarantino not doing a phenomenal job of keeping Rogers on the mat, but Rogers has gotten to the mat 3-4 times and he's going back down to the mat real hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Good mat return when he does get there, but just focusing on his first move a little bit here would help. Not floating on top, not looking to hang on and just get control of what he wants to do on top. And move this guy off the whistle is a big key. And you'll see here he's kind of floating a little bit here out to the side when he can just move him. He needs to keep his weight on his hands here. Good return, though. Great return.
Textbook.
People don't understand how important and how much advantage those mat returns are and how much it takes out of somebody when you do it.
It takes about as much out of the bottom guy as it does out of the top guy, and a lot of guys try to find an easier way to get them back down, but you see a guy like Matt Valeni, a mat return wins a national title sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, guys like Kyle Dake, great, one of the best ever to do the mat return, and it's a huge advantage.
There's actually a good bit of technique to a mat return, believe it or not.
Absolutely.
Don't pull the guy on top of you. That's step number one. And he's going like low-level claw lift right here.
Got a pretty good strategy here on top. Floating a little bit off the whistle, but when the guy does build to his feet, looking to change like a high crotch finish here and just running across. And, it's keeping this guy on the mat here for quite a while.
You've worn tights before under a singlet, hadn't you, Perry?
Oh, I can't say I have,
I'm pretty sure I got a picture somewhere.
Some schools, it's kind of a tradition. I've seen that some out in Arizona and out at the
Baylor is too.
Out at the Reno tournament, and it's kind of a deal they want to keep around, kind of a legacy deal. And it's I've seen it quite a bit at some tournaments out west a little bit, and now here with Brother Martin. And it's whatever it is for you, whatever you feel, and if you use that as your knee pads, and then
might more be something to it.
Yeah, more power to you.
They won this tournament the first 3 times we had it.
I think when they got the new coach a couple years ago, they talked him out of making it mandatory. So it's like I think it's optional now for those guys, which is kind of funny. And there's been a lot of talk about. Come back to my point in a second. Tarantino looking to ride this period out. Minute 17 with a 5-0 lead. Johnson got to start thinking hook up a roll somewhere in the third period. That stand-up just isn't working for him.
I do kind of, I want to kind of comment on this ride here that Tarantino's doing. Could he cut this guy and maybe take him down a couple more times? Yeah, but, working on your riding skills is very crucial. Having to ride for 4 minutes and strain that much at the next level, you're going to have to do that. You're not going to be able to take guys down and cut them. And you see a lot of great high school guys doing that. And I feel like they really need to understand this importance of riding for the next level and how hard it really is.
That's a great point. That's a great point. A lot of times a top guy's dominating like that. It's easy for him to just get frustrated and cut him. And it's not like Tarantino's just grabbing a wrist and hanging on, or ankle riding and hanging on. Like, he's returned him 3-4 times. He's getting inside pressure in his hips.
Oh!
Right when we say that, Rogers with a little cartwheel.
Might be a little. You'd like to see Tarantino here as
finish the match on his feet.
Yeah, finish the match and possibly get the last takedown here, and not try to hang on. Looking for a slide by here. He's got a comfortable lead if he just keeps wrestling.
Here's some people behind us yelling "finish on top." That's a great mentality to have. You don't want your guys to just be okay with giving up the
Wow,
last
and then we
point.
got another caution. I think one more here, and it could be possibly 2 points.
The old adage, get where you're comfortable. It's usually not backing up.
And hits him for another stalling one.
Wow. That's going to be 6'3". Leonardo Tarantino, your 152-pound prep slam champion.
Tampa Prep's got some tough kids.